Hey, welcome into PFW Esports. Tonight we have Super Smash Bros. We're very excited. My name is Logan,
I'm Daniel.
and welcome into the Twitch stream. Today we are playing Rollins College with the Purdue Fort Wayne Gold team. Can you tell us a little bit about Super Smash Bros? Anything going on with the competition side? I've heard there's been some changes this semester.
Yep, so this semester for Varsity Plus, to help decide what conferences and schedules played later on in the season, they're doing a Swiss bracket to open it up, which means today you're going to see one best of one right now. Then later on, we're going to play against a different college that had the same record as us right now. So if we win right now, later on we will play against a team that won, or vice versa. If we lose right now, we'll play against a team that loses.
Yeah, and that definitely makes sense. And for those of you new to the Super Smash Bros. Competitive scene, here we play the NACE rules, and so I believe for this season, all characters are playable. There's a set of 8 maps that are comp ready, and they will be able to say ban mid competition. One team can ban a stage, the other team can ban 2 more, and then they're left with the rest of the pool of maps. It goes in sort of that format.
The other thing you'll see is each team gets 12 stocks, and that's for 4 players to split with 3 amongst each of them. So once one player wins the 1v1, they take the lives that they had left and they actually play against the next player. So say our player beats their player with 1 life left, they'll play against the next player on the other team with that 1 life. So essentially, we're playing crew battles.
Yep. Yeah. So 4 people per team, 3 stocks each, like we said. So they go from there. They try and battle it out and see who comes up on top. And then, like we said, for our gold team, they'll be playing Swiss, and so they'll be playing Rollins College only for 1 set, and then they'll go and play another set with another college to get seeded later on for the competition season.
And there's some 2 new faces to look for tonight, as there's 2 new players onto Varsity Gold that did not play on Varsity Gold last season. We have a Street Fighters player and I believe a Cloud player.
Ooh, that'll be interesting to see. I need to VOD review actually, because I have not seen much of Gold Team lately from last season. So I guess you guys are in the boat as well. We'll see how they play tonight. Kind of get a judge for their skill levels and just see how they play. So very excited to see what comes out for Purdue Fort Wayne. Just waiting for the other team to join in.
Actually, we're hearing right now that the other team is having some tech issues, so we'll be back in a few.
Looks like we're finally set to go against Rollins College. We're going to be doing a button check just real quickly, just to see how the lag is, because of course we are playing on the online format, so there might be a little bit of lag, and that's why we're button checking.
The latency's not looking too bad, which is good.
From here, we'll start the actual first match into the set that we'll be playing tonight. It's kind of always fun to do a button check because the players can do a little bit of funniness here and there.
Gotta watch for the tricks.
Generally, in these kind of comp scenes, emoting is also kind of seen as how do you put it? Kind of seen as a bad thing, I suppose.
A
especially,
bit BM.
Yeah. And so we generally, here at Purdue Fort Wayne, we don't generally allow to emote. The only time that you'll see players emoting is at the very beginning of the game to make sure that each player is ready and set. They'll emote, and then they'll go from there.
It appears we are starting with Captain Falcon versus Little Mac. Of course, Captain Falcon on the side of PFW and Little Mac on the side of Rollins College.
Let's see the emotes, and here we go.
Alrighty. Both these characters don't have much of a neutral game, so you're going to see a very physical match between these two. Already PFW off to an early lead, getting Little Mac off stage.
And we already have a stock from Little Mac.
You hear about it all the time. Little Mac has bad recovery. You're going to see how Rollins College tries to play around that.
I believe Little Mac has one of the worst in the game. So Little Mac's strategy is basically to stay on stage to get the damage off of the other player. We do see them going.
Now, watch this patience from Captain Falcon, because Captain Falcon currently has a lead. He doesn't have to go in. And you're going to watch that guy end up taking advantage of this over and over. Very hard to go in on a Captain Falcon.
Which might be, honestly, a bad matchup for Little Mac.
Nice kill off the edge.
Captain Falcon playing very patiently.
Falcon's looking for a kill setup off the edge currently.
It's looking like a good setup for a 3-0 here into the first game.
This is really rough to be behind as Little Mac here. You want to kill him off the side, but if you get off the side, it's over.
The grab from Little Mac.
Very clean, but clean recovery from Captain Falcon.
Oh, the good patience with the shield.
The KO punch is gone.
Oh, that was a very good move there. Captain Falcon might have honestly been in danger if he got that KO off.
Very clean set from that guy. The big question you have to ask is how is Rollins College going to respond to that, since they now get to choose who they send in to Captain Falcon. You can't switch characters once you play a match.
Yeah, that is one rule, is that each player can only play one character per the entire set. And so each character does have to be unique. Of course, we will have Captain Falcon back here in the next game, but Rollins College does have the chance to counterpick here. And we'll see who they go for. And then they also have a chance, the teams will be communicating with each other to decide the next stage as well.
This is the advantage you get when you're behind. You get to both pick into what you just lost to, but you also get stage selection. So you can get really creative. They saw what this Captain Falcon was doing. Captain Falcon, that guy was making really good plays off the side. He was using those different ledges, using those platforms to elevate his plays and can keep them rolling.
Yeah, definitely.
I would not be surprised if they send out someone with a more neutral play, more range to keep him at bay.
Maybe someone as strong as, say, Bowser or Ganondorf. That could be an interesting matchup for Captain Falcon. But I guess we'll go ahead and see.
Yeah.
I do also know that at the beginning of the set, I believe, The players only have the option to pick up to, it's either 4 or 5 maps. From here on, going on to the next games, they have the option 3 more maps will unlock for the rest of the set for them to counter pick, and we'll see what kind of map they go for.
Exactly right. We're going to see possibly some creative picks here. You get access to things like Final Destination that you don't have access to in the first set. Just very... We get stage selection. It's Town and City.
Oh, now that is interesting.
Isabel with Town and City. This is a very great pick for that character as low kill ceilings for that command grab.
Yeah. We'll see how the matchup goes into the next match.
So they should just start straight out here because Captain Falcon did not lose any stocks. Isabel responding to shield very well. See what I was talking about pregame here with Captain Falcon getting spaced out. This is exactly what Rollins College should be looking to do.
Some pretty decent damage on Captain Falcon already.
But the thing is about Captain Falcon you're seeing here, it doesn't take too much to get him back into this.
Definitely. Isabel trying to play the spacing
side.
game.
Goes for the kill, does not get it.
What I'm seeing from the Isabel is that they're playing very good spacing. They're trying to push the Captain Falcon into the flying missile.
One thing I really like about that guy's Captain Falcon is his composure. Yes, he just went down, but you're not seeing him mash buttons to try to get in. A little bit of sharking from Isabel.
Yeah, still very good patience from Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon trying to close in on this distance, but is getting punished for it.
Fortunately for Captain Falcon, his moves are very linearly, so he ends up hitting the missile pretty often.
Captain Falcon trying to recover, but this edge guarding is just tough to respond to as a melee. And another kill for the Isabel.
We'll see if Captain Falcon or that guy can respond to this. Trying to play quite patiently.
He's really looking for that one big hit. As long as he gets this last stock, PFW still has the lead. Great response to the Gordo underground.
Yeah, it'd be a great advantage if PFW could even get 1 stock in this game. That means they're still in the advantage state. And still up by 1 stock.
We're really seeing Captain Falcon trying to close in on this Isabel, but Isabel's just not letting him get in.
Yeah, that guy's just having a little bit of a difficult time trying to push into Isabel. Unaka is playing very good spacing.
And a kill for Captain Falcon. That's what we were talking about, being patient, looking for those opportunities. That's really what sets apart a good Captain Falcon and bad Captain Falcon from what I've seen.
That definitely makes sense, yeah.
Now that guy's going to make Unaka work for this final stock.
It'd be great if PFW
166%.
Can get another stock here.
Good up B. And Unaka clutches it out. PFW still up 1 stock.
That was great patience from that guy. Just playing it smoothly until the very end. Finally got that stock off, and so we are still 9-8.
It seems that card is coming in.
That's quite interesting. Do you know Card's main?
Well, he plays most of the like Street Fighter input characters. He's been actually on the rise in the PFW Super Smash Bros. Scene. He started on the club team last semester, making his debut on the gold team this semester.
Oh, great.
He is one of 3 people, I believe, to have a full 12 stock.
That is very impressive.
So we are going to be seeing a treat, hopefully.
Yeah. Looks like we might be going Battlefield here. I think what they'll mainly want for this next stage is something with platforms. Isabelle plays very well with no platforms, so something to counteract that would be great for PFW.
We should be seeing Ryu on small Battlefield, it seems.
I think Ryu himself also plays very well with no platform stages, since his moves are also very linearly similar to the Street Fighter games.
It's going to be the same story as last game, too. You're going to be seeing Isabelle trying to keep Ryu outside of her personal space. It's all going to be how well does this Ryu close the gap.
Something new that we'll see this game is that the Isabelle will be taking 1 stock, as they lost that stock in the previous game. So they do only have 2 more stocks for this set.
Right now, the neutral gameplay, no one has advantage quite yet, and Card gets a nice combo out, gets her off stage.
Pretty nice damage on the Isabelle there.
The edge guarding is strong. Isabelle with it, getting punished very strongly.
We'll see if Yunaka can respond to this.
Yunaka has a bit of advantage, trying to get a percentage lead off that. And that's an early kill on Ryu. Very well played by Yunaka.
Yeah, quickly went from the defensive state into an offensive one and got that stock off. Let's see if Card can respond to this. But the Isabelle is playing very well. See that the Isabelle is using that fishing rod there to get Ryu into the missile. It seems like that's been the strategy over the past 2 games.
Really closing off that airspace to make sure that Ryu can't take advantage of the platform to get into her personal space. And another kill onto Ryu by Yunaka.
Yunaka is quite high in the percentage, so if Card can get 1 or 2, even 2 stocks would be great. We'll see the Hadouken collected by Isabelle there. We'll have to be careful for it.
And a kill onto recovery by Yunaka. Rollins College taking the lead. 8-6, I believe.
Yep.
This Isabelle is doing exactly what this Isabelle needs to do, operating on that game plan of keeping these melees out of her personal space, and that's what we're going to continue to see.
Do you think there's any way to counteract the Isabelle, per se, with a character strategy, or...?
It's either you have to play the same game as she does, try to space her out just as well, which is kind of hard now because we have to approach being down. Or you just have to have a rush down that can get through that that down B over and over.
I guess the one key difference also is that since Purdue Fort Wayne is down 2 stocks now, they'll have to be a little more careful with those stocks if they would like to win this set, which we're hoping so.
Choose your fighter.
We are seeing, I think, our team captain Wild Flavor coming in.
I believe so. He's usually the King K. Rool player. You'll notice from Wild Flavor, he especially loves to use the crown from King K. Rool. So this might be a great spacing option against Isabelle. The crown can be thrown out and then back in. So honestly, I can't even remember if it can activate the missile or not.
Hollow Bastion.
Oh, that is a very interesting.
This is a spicy matchup because King K. Rool is a big body. It can be tossed up by nairs by Isabelle pretty easily, as we saw other characters that happen to, like Ryu. But he does also have the option to have both that countered and that super armor to go in safely or to poke back. You're going to see a very well-rounded matchup here.
Yeah, we'll go in. The Isabel will still have to take one stock here, and we'll have 2 stocks for the rest of the game. Wild flavor with the little dance there.
Just looking around. Okay, and the crown is gone. This is something interesting about the matchup. Isabel just has the option just to take crown. Great little combo there into, I think that was forward smash. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Isabel with the edge guarding.
One thing that we've seen from Isabel from the past few games is that they know their combo moves very well. They know what works in the air and what works on the ground.
What's interesting about this Isabel player is this Isabel player knows her character, and a kill onto King K. Rool early. Very well played by Yunaka. This Isabel player knows that they don't do well close. They're a light character. Their options aren't as strong as like a King K. Rool or a Ryu. So they're playing that space out. They're saying, okay, you have to approach me. Which is... This person understands their character very well.
PFW with a little bit of a disadvantage here, but we'll see if they can turn that disadvantage into an advantage.
King K. Rool using the super armor to send Isabel off stage. Ooh, and the super armor is broken. Let's see if Isabel can capitalize off that. And she does for another kill.
Isabel is playing very patiently, knows their stuff, knows the spacing very well. We might see
and
a stock.
kill onto Isabel from King K. King K. Rool is a heavyweight, so this is about an even matchup currently. Big combo from the Isabel. Isabel's looking to close out this stock, not looking to gamble anything with the King K. Rool.
It's quite difficult to get Isabel off the stage since they are a very fluttery character.
And a kill on King K. Rool.
So this does put PFW 3-7. We'll see from their last player, see what options they have available. They are in a bit of a disadvantage, but we'll see how they do with the rest of the set.
Yeah, currently 3-7 means that the other team still has 3 players along with this player with their 1 stock left. But there's been crazier things that have happened.
Absolutely. One thing about Super Smash Bros. Is that those stocks might not even mean anything. We've had players who have taken all 12 stocks in some games, so it could be all for nothing at this point. Kind of just a fun note about Super Smash Bros. While we're switching over to Incineroar from Weedle is the amount of music options from this game. It's absolutely crazy. I believe in the Nintendo Direct where they presented it, they said there was over 900 music options. So the players do have a lot of good options to select from. I know it's been kind of a common theme is that they'll even select their own music for the stages to kind of get battle ready.
I will say this. I was halfway expecting our Incineroar player going last. One thing to watch for with Incineroar is if you get that revenge into the crit, you can kill Isabel at like 30-40% if it's a double revenge side B. So if there's any character that you want in this position of being down 3-7, it's an Incineroar.
Yeah, we'll see if Incineroar can do it. I know Weedle's also been kind of on the rise lately. Been playing very well, so we'll see going into this 4th game. Yunaka will have to take 2 stocks here at the beginning of the game.
3, 2, 1, go!
Incineroar also doing the look around.
And here we go.
Now you're going to see Incineroar, despite playing a rushdown character, playing this quite slow. All they have to do is take one stock, and they need to preserve their own stocks for the rest of this set after this.
Yeah, the Incineroar Weedle's playing very patiently.
With grapplers like this in any fighting game, you really only need one open. But the question is, will this Isabelle give that opening?
What it looks like, Isabelle's playing even quite patiently. Not pushing in too close to the Incineroar. 'Cause even with the Incineroar's grab, that could be quite a disadvantaged state. Isabelle with those quite interesting throws there with the fishing rod. Trying to get a kill off move since Incineroar is pretty deep in the percentage.
Incineroar lands a grab, gets her off of stage. But Isabelle recovers masterfully. And a kill onto Incineroar. Isabelle's going for another shark. Trying to take some momentum off of Incineroar's iframes.
Isabelle does have almost equal percentage now with the Incineroar. Quite a nice grab there.
Isabelle's now firmly in kill range for Incineroar, but can Incineroar find it?
What I'm seeing here is that Yunaka is maybe almost playing the spacing very well, knowing that Incineroar is trying to space out. So they're going in to get some percentage, and then finally for the kill.
And Weedle gets the final stock. Weedle now has a 2-6 deficit to get over.
Yeah, we'll see if Weedle can do it. We've seen some crazy things in our time, like we said, so.
The big thing is Weedle's playing a character that is known to be the aggressor. This is exactly what you want for PFW. PFW's in position 2-6. You need someone to play aggressive. You can't let this game get away from you.
Yeah, and since RC does have 2 players left, they'll most likely try and counterpick the Incineroar. Of course, the Incineroar is character locked in, so Weedle cannot change their character mid-game. We'll see up next what stage that they select then. I'm almost guessing a stage maybe without platforms, but I guess we'll see depending on their counterpick character.
One thing that you will see ban-wise that is both any map with low kill floors. So like an example, a town and city, you will likely not see them go to because Incineroar really needs a map right now where they can kill at 20, kill at 30 with those double revenge procs. Alrighty, it seems they have made their choice. Let's see what stage they're picking. They are going to PS2, which is actually pretty good for Incineroar.
I know a few years back, I was originally a part of the Smash team, and during then, we actually had Yoshi's Story as a playable stage. I was gonna say, as a Corrin player myself, that was very interesting per se. And so I'm very happy that that is no longer in the stage list. But we'll see going in with the PS2. Incineroar will have to take a stock here, and we'll go into Game 5.
We see Dark coming in for Rollins on the Roy. This is a very aggressive matchup. Both these characters are known for playing overly aggressive almost. You're not going to see the neutral play we've seen for the last couple fights here. And the command grab immediately up to 80%.
We're already seeing
Into
some
the edge
very
guard.
aggressive play.
The fireworks are going off. Roy gets a great counter off. Incineroar grabbing to punish for that counter. Both these characters have counters. Both these characters have a lot of good options close. You're going to see this be a very physical match between the two. You're not going to see much waiting.
I already see that with a lot of damage on both characters.
And a kill onto Roy by a back air from the Incineroar. You're going to see Incineroar slow this down a little bit because they want to preserve this stock. They don't want... They want to try to come into the next series 2-3.
We might see the Roy almost take advantage of that.
Great
trying to
command
poke
grab.
the shield.
Roy's trying to find a way to get in here and get the kill off without risking another command grab from Incineroar. One more crit from Incineroar and it could be over for this stock. A great side B from Roy, but Incineroar lives.
Unfortunately, Incineroar is also kind of at that stage where one smash attack and,
And
they
a
might
kill
have it
for
stock.
Incineroar. You're seeing this slow down because Roy knows Incineroar can kill him with 1 or 2 grabs. Incineroar wants to take this into the next set. They want it to be 2-3. A command grab into 47%. Great shield. And a kill onto the Incineroar.
That was quite fantastic play from Weedle there, trying to play very patiently. Fortunately, Roy did get the stock off.
The command grab into 95%. Both these players probably desperately want out of this set already.
We'll see Weedle looking for that command grab.
And a kill for Weedle. Now, this is a situation we were talking about earlier. You can get to this last player. It's 1-3, but we just saw Weedle win a 1-3, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Very impressive.
what Rollins has to think about now is who do you send in to close this last stock out? Did they send in their best Incineroar answer just now? Or do they have someone in the back that can deal with that command grab?
That is true, yeah. We'll see what RC's last player will have in store.
I don't think I saw Weedle miss a single command grab timing.
No, they might have. Weedle might have just missed a little bit of the spacing there in the later half of the game. Might have just been nerves, since they did only have 1 stock. But we'll see if they can kind of push past the nerves going into game 6, and it'll most likely be our last game here.
Now, reminder, this is not a best of 3. This is a best of 1. So this is for the whole shebang. This is for the whole set.
I guess it will be our last game.
Yeah. For now, they're still playing later, but it
Yes,
would be
yeah.
against. It's not against Rollins later.
Mhm. I hear from our command is that we will be switching over to our varsity team later on, once this game has switched over, to see how well they are doing.
You're seeing Noble coming in for Rollins.
I think last game we did see quite a great game from Weedle, pushing past all of those stocks to get us to game 6, and we'll see going in what the answer will be. Will PFW be on top, or will RC get the first win here?
One thing that you'll notice with Team Gold is they really like those mosh pit, non-stop fighting matchups. That you saw Weedle feel completely at home in that matchup. You see it with our Captain Falcon, with our Ryu. The question is Rollins going to try that again? Try to send in someone that constantly fights, and like a Roy, or are they going to go back to the Isabel that worked for them earlier, something that spaces?
Yeah, my guess is that if the last player is comfortable, they might honestly see a character here with more of that spacing option to try and defeat Incineroar's last stock.
Small
Of course,
battlefield.
Noble does have a little bit of an advantage with the 3 stocks, but we'll see going into this game.
A Mario.
That is very interesting. Mario is known to be very aggressive, especially in the air.
This is a very versatile matchup. Hypothetically, Mario could use the towel to flip the command grab away, but the timing on that is tight, and you're risking getting command grabbed by an Incineroar, which I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially playing online, that timing can get even harder.
%30 early onto the Mario. Great neutral play from Weedle. Mario utilizing mix-ups, trying to confuse the Incineroar player.
Incineroar with the great spacing there, trying to get out of Mario's reach. Most likely, Mario will be very aggressive with the grabs, trying to get the Incineroar into the air, since that's what most of Mario's kill options are going to be.
And the early kill off the side.
Well, GG's from RC. That's still a very, very good game. Great competition here.
Great game from both sides. We saw an early dominance from RC's Yunaka on Isabel, and we saw a little late-stage comeback from Weedle on Incineroar, but it just wasn't enough juice in the tank. Now we will be taking a short break and coming back with Premier versus Davenport. Come on, guy
Something
up here.
crazy is that.
We will be seeing Card on the Ryu. As said earlier, he's a promising freshman here at PFW.
Mm-hmm.
This is not his main game. He plays Rivals of Aether 2 as his main fighting game.
That's quite interesting. I know at PFW don't really have a collegiate team for that, so.
Yes, he doesn't play for PFW. This is his game for PFW, but he's a quick riser. Someone to watch if you watch many of these streams.
2, 1, go!
Now,
I see him going into game 1.
one thing that will defy your expectations is, despite this being Little Mac versus a fighting game character, you're going to see a lot of patience from Ryu, as Little Mac does not have the same spacing options as Card has. And
Yeah.
almost a quick kill for Ryu. He's looking for the KO punch. The Little Mac is punished quite fast, and he loses his KO punch opportunity. Losing out on that comeback mechanic can hurt.
Yeah, we'll see from Little Mac is that they play very aggressive in terms of
Little
Rio's
Mac-
strategy.
Misses the KO punch. That seemed to be a misinput. And Little Mac dies. As we said earlier, the recovery is not great for Little Mac. Great combo coming out of Card. Can Card make this a clean 3-0 to start for PFW. And he does!
My goodness, wow.
Now, again, this is Swiss, so there's only one set. So
That's
this 3-0 lead is quite huge for PFW to start out with.
Yeah, PFW is already off to a fantastic start here for the first game. See that the stock numbers is still set as 12, so we have not even lost a single stock.
One thing you'll notice about Little Mac and Collegiate with both this match and earlier is both teams essentially open with Little Mac because due to his bad recovery options, you send him out first because all his matchups are the same. So, and it's PFW showing that they know how to take advantage of a Little Mac. Little Mac's super armor on his mass attacks can really make him dangerous for schools that don't know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see how Manchester 5 interacts with this.
We'll also see is that since this is Varsity Plus, there usually will be a lot of teams of varying skill. So sometimes PFW could go for a straight 12-0. Sometimes they'll have quite a bit of a difficult time battling the other team. It kind of varies, and so that's why I believe the NACE structure has switched over to the Swiss system, is that they can kind of get a seeding system ready for going forward into the spring semester.
The other thing to watch during the series is there might be some familiarity between these players. PFW hosts its own very own Tustil Dawn events on Friday, and Manchester, I've heard, also hosts events. I think it was Manchester Mondays. And I know some of our players go to that, and I'm sure some of their players come to this because both schools are rather close. So there might be some familiarity in these matchups.
Mm-hmm. I guess a bit of a plug here. We do host them on Fridays evenings, so
Yes.
and they are open to the public. It's usually only a few dollars to join the pool, so if you'd like to come by, we're usually here at the Purdue Fort Wayne Esports in the second floor of WALB.
Now we're seeing Roy come out for Manchester 5. Now this is almost the exact same matchup as last game, but this character has recovery. You're going to see Ryu really be... And a quick kill for Card. Card showing off why he's known as an early riser here.
And while Ryu does have the armor, I believe he does not have a counter.
Now, the thing about Card as a player is he's very intelligent when it comes to fighting games. He's a fighting game player, not a Smash Bros. Player. So you're going to see a lot of these savvy smarts of knowing when he's in advantage and knowing when he's in disadvantage, which makes him so hard to deal with on characters with, like, spacing options. And he gets killed by the Roy.
Might be why we're seeing Ryu to begin with, since the design of the Street Fighter characters was built to be very similar to those games.
Now, reminder, Ryu is ahead, so Roy has to approach. Roy doing a great job of that currently. Roy's off the side. And is getting edge guarded. Let's see if he can recover. And he cannot. Another kill for Card.
Yeah, Card can take his time, but doesn't exactly want to let it go because he is a bit high in the percentage.
Card puts Roy off a stage.
Looking for some combos here.
Card gets another edge guard kill onto Roy. Card is lost one stock, but is on a 6 stock currently.
Will we see Card going through all stocks? We might see it. I'll have to see what Manchester team number 5 can bring to the table for the rest of the set.
Again, Manchester 5, this is a developmental team. We have similar teams here at PFW like last semester. But the big thing about Card is Card has a lot of knowledge over fighting games. Card's 12 stock is actually against PFW's own third team. We ended up playing against ourselves last semesters.
Oh my goodness.
Card is very good at recognizing what do you know, what don't you know, and how can I punish that. As you saw, he noticed, hey, this Roy doesn't know what to do if he gets edge guarded. And a Roy got edge guarded twice and died the same way twice.
Yeah, one thing I definitely found out while being on the Smash team is that some of the players will especially look at what's called the frame data, or basically how many frames a move comes out, and then when they actually damage another player. And so those key differences can kind of improve your knowledge of what moves you should be pulling out. Typically, faster moves are going to be the ones that are pulled out more. And then you see those harder smash attacks pulled out later in the game to get those kills off.
The other thing that I'd like to point out about this set is because these are younger players playing for both universities, we're seeing the start of what these players could be playing each other for years after this. I've dealt with the same in League. I've played esports since freshman year. I'm a senior now. These are both developmental teams. They're not the premier teams. These guys are going to be maybe playing in Premier in a few years against each other. So it's nice to see how these matchups are starting.
That's very true, yeah. See in the future if they ever battle each other out.
Now, right now we're seeing Cloud into Ryu. This is a very interesting matchup. You have both characters with spacing options. You have both characters with all-in options.
And you have one character with a giant sword.
My favorite part of this matchup is that everyone knows when Cloud is going for a kill. There's a big bar at the bottom. It's going to be really interesting to see how both players, Time Bomb and Card, play around that limit.
Mm-hmm. It's like other similar characters to say like Hero, who has their move options down at the bottom, so you can actually see what they might be planning in the future if you can get a quick look off.
Okay, the limit is in factor now. Cloud gets just the edge of that through. And a quick kill for Card, moving the 6 stock up to a 7 stock. Ooh, great counter there.
Fantastic combo.
And the limit is blown on the platform.
I see Card trying to get advantage here, especially since Cloud was up in the air for quite some time.
Another KO for Card. Just putting on a showcase of exactly all the combos he's been practicing.
Looks like Time Bomb might be in a bit of a trouble here.
Ooh, nasty forward smash there. And Time Bomb claps back with the limit. We were talking about it earlier. And he finally gets the 3rd stock, moving to the last player. Currently, it's 11-3. We are on a 12 stock watch.
Oh my goodness. We'll see if Card can do it in the game 4.
If Card 3 stocks here, he makes PFW history. I don't know if someone's gotten 2 12 stocks in the same year before.
That would be very impressive. Not only to Purdue Fort Wayne's own team, but to Manchester as well.
Card showing off and showing out exactly why he should have been moved up to the second team in this set.
It's looking very promising that Card might be moved up to Pioneer within the next couple semesters here.
Now, to give a bit of PFW Smash Bros. History, last semester we had a Varsity Plus team, a Premier team, and 2 club teams. Card is coming from one of the club teams. This semester we have no club teams, 2 plus teams, and then a Premier team. But it's very impressive to see how Card dominance hasn't even waned from going from club to plus players. Not quite Premier yet, but it's a step up in competition.
We could definitely see it within the foreseeable future.
Now, I've been on the other side of this before. The #1 goal for Manchester 5 Maple is to not let this 12 stock happen. Because if you get dominated, that's okay. Like, if I get 11 stocked, I can be okay with that. That player is just amazing, but 12 stock is hard to swallow sometimes.
And since Card does have only 1 stock, it might be very difficult. We've already seen 2 stocks taken off within the past 2 games.
One thing I really liked from the Cloud player, he was very aware of his limit. He was trying to go for kills. Some of them were whiffs, but he knew what his skill opportunities were. Card responded off pretty well, but he did sneak that stock away from Card,
Very true, yes.
making this 12 stock a little harder. They're going to Hollow Bastion.
Might actually be a great option for you, considering there's only 1 platform in the middle, and we're going to see Yoshi with Maple.
Maple's trying to play spoiler to Card's 12 stock with the Yoshi. This is a really good pick. It has super armor. It has options to space out. It has great recovery. This is completely opposite of the Little Mac and the Roy we've seen earlier.
Also see that Yoshi, I believe, does have a few projectile options as well. We may have some technical difficulties here, but it looks like they...
Currently, we are waiting for an emote from the Yoshi. Yoshi seems unfazed.
Looks like the players are communicating. We might be ready here within the next few seconds.
Okay, we're about to be a minute into the set. Okay, the Yoshi is showing some life.
I believe we might be ready for a good...
Okay,
Yep.
the Yoshi is ready.
They've just been
A
controller
great start
disconnect.
from Card. But Yoshi responds very well. Into a kill early. Now, one thing that you're going to watch from Card is looking for these small setups. He knows how to kill you off a grab. He knows how to kill you off a counter. He's not looking for something flashy. These kills aren't happening off of throws. These are happening off of small attacks that he just has practiced over and over.
Card's already off to a great start. Maybe with the chance for the 12 stock take.
I don't want to jinx it.
Definitely not.
Yoshi slowing down the gameplay. This Yoshi playing very intelligently. Knows what happens if you give Card and then he'll take a mile.
You see something similar within these Street Fighter characters is that they love the combos. They can get a few move
A
combo.
kill on Yoshi. 1 stock left. One
Just like
thing I really love about Card's play is you see he's very disciplined. He goes right back to the range game instead of playing aggressive. He knows that he's on the verge of a 12 stock, but he's not trying to force it. He's just trying to get the win for PFW. He gets the forward smash. He gets the percentage lead. Can Yoshi play spoiler?
Basically, one more move, and Yoshi might be done.
He cannot! A 12 stock for Card.
Very, very impressive from Card there.
Perfection.
Oh my goodness.
Has just begun.
We saw some fantastic
Two in
gameplay from Card.
one school year. That is crazy.
Fortunately, the other players may not have had a chance to play, but we
Card-
had some crazy output from Card.
Card showing why he's known as one of the best freshmen in the program.
And since this is Swiss, they will take the W.
So that means today Gold has ended 1-1 in the Swiss bracket, which means that next week I believe is Swiss and the week after. But this is all to build up what conference they're going to be in by the end of the Swiss bracket, and eventually decide who they're competing against for playoffs and postseason.
Almost like the seeding season before the regular competitive season. All bundled in one semester. Well, I believe that is all that we have tonight. We saw some fantastic gameplay from both Gold and from Pamir. We saw some good W's. Unfortunately, a loss for pre-FW, but like I said, Gold team is 1-1, so they are off to a great start for this season.